Hi, my name is Jennifer Sapolsky. I'm a resident here in Barrington, and I'm also a teacher at the high school in the social studies department. And I've come here once before you guys were a newer group, and I spoke from my heart. I'm going to do it again with a slightly different message. And my message before had been around our gender protocol policy. And originally I had briefly spoken about how, as an educator, I'm required by this policy to go against my conscience in withholding information from parents. And I feel that that is something that is objectionable on a moral level. About that concern. And today I come with a different perspective. I still feel the same way. I know I represent others as well, but I'm speaking, of course, for myself. Additionally, there is more and more research, most notably through the CAST report and others, like the CAST report, that are demonstrating with more and more evidence that there are grave concerns about the irreparable damage that the taking of the hormones and gender surgeries are having on children. And this policy requires us to partake in this process for those children who are seeking it. And I think it's, at least for me, it's on my conscience to come back and to bring this to our attention again. I have not seen any change. I have not heard any concern raised by administration at my building. There's been not one discussion ever that we have had about this very grave topic in our building. I can't speak for the other buildings because I'm not there. In fact, it's been quite to the contrary. And we have, as we know, especially as educators, we're with your children all day long. We care for them. We're all trying to do our best to care for children, and I assume goodwill on everybody's part. And yet I believe that we are reneging on our responsibility to care for our children by not seeking the truth and the full truth of the very grave nature of this policy. And I think we are doing our children a grave injustice by not challenging ourselves as a community and as a school district to delve into the research and to open up a conversation about this. And I really hope to see some action in this department. And I've been very disappointed to see that there has been no movement. In fact, quite to the contrary. If I were to speak, which I am, and I actually have no problem with it, obviously, because I'm speaking publicly, because I feel like it has to be done, and I don't enjoy it because it's not fun. But it's not well heard in our community to have a different perspective on this topic by most. And I have been a personal target of that in my own building, and I think that's important for you to know. And yet, nonetheless, we have to follow our conscience, and I ask you to as well.
Thank you.
Hi, Karen Pringle, 3rd Street, Barrington. I'm going to ask that you do what you're doing and you maintain the current gender protocol. It's appropriate, it's rooted in scientific data. I don't want to say too much more because I'm going to get upset. The protocol is appropriate, that's all I'm going to say. It exists for good reason. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone online? Okay. Please go ahead.
Hi, yes, my name is Paige Ron. I am a social worker here in Barrington. I recognize that we are discussing the budget tonight. I just wanted to add something based on earlier comment that was made tonight. I'm also affiliated with the Barrington Community Progress Association. I just wanted to say that gender protocols exist for LGBTQIA2S+ people to thrive in environments where they feel safe, affirmed, respected, and understood. And as a social worker, I have an ethical and professional duty to engage in advocacy to ensure that this marginalized population is protected from any and all efforts to limit full participation in civic life and related activities that enhance social, physical, and mental well-being. Education should be more important than indoctrination into a culture of intolerance. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.